Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. So, Royals, let me tell you, we're having a late lunch today. When you have a career, you sometimes have a late lunch. I'm just telling you because things are going on in life. It's like, but welcome back. Let me tell you. So, quick update about her, and I'll have to give them throughout because, baby, this shit is moving fast. When I tell you God takes care of fools and babies, thank God He take care of me while I make foolish ass decisions. Okay, so no judgment. And let me tell you how things is working out for her. She is getting her trip to her London and Paris, and baby, let me tell you, I was in the comments today where she was like, "Oh, where should I go? How should I do it? What's the best places to stay? Blah blah blah." Hello, Marriott. No, but I'm her executive assistant. I'll get back to you as soon as I hook up this phone. Baby, they in the comments. Mm. When God show out for you. And this is why when you handle things, you handle it with care. Everybody about getting they lick back and I'ma show them and I'ma do this and I'ma do that. Well, in the bigger scheme of things, no judgment here, honey, because I done some things. Oh, and somebody's on their way to take care of that right now. I promise. So if you get your lick back, God can't get it for you. That's all I'm going to say. And oh, are we going to talk about God? We are over here. You in my house. So when you come in, number one, learn how to speak. Number two, for y'all to be texting me on the side, do you want me not to be successful or what? Because I get more people reaching out, girl, I want to talk about what you was talking about. Ain't that what we doing? From now on, I'm not answering no more inboxes, no more texts, and no more calls about the topic. Now, let me tell you, my friend Terry said I'm crazy because she'll tell me something or start talking. I'd be like, I don't want to talk about that. Well, why not? Because it's my job and I already talked about it. I'm just saying, talk about it when I want to talk about it, where it's going to get me where I need to be. It's going to be interesting, honey. This jet going to have two seats on it because, baby, y'all support ain't supporting it. And I'm going to say what I say because y'all be forwarding me all this other people's shit. That means you listened to it and looked at it, right? Lord, Lord. Anyway, episode 6 through 10. Let's get into it. And I actually took notes because, child, you got to take notes because some of this stuff you be like, say what now? Mm-mm. Let me tell you, a key component to this whole story is definitely a phone that's not hooked up. Or he calling a party line so that it sound like somebody on the other line. But baby, let me tell you what happened. So, episode 6, this is not a good episode, but this is where I'm not even sure why he lied about this. Hey, Pumpkin, I'm not even sure why he lied about this. This don't make no sense. So remember the last thing I told you was that she was pregnant. She found out she was pregnant, right? To all the women out there that have been pregnant, have had babies, when you are pregnant, your brain don't all the way work. Okay. Couple this with COVID. She tired. Like I said, I firmly believe, and she's actually said it. If it not been for COVID, she would have made some different decisions. And everybody knows this. So I don't know why y'all playing. Plus, there's certain things she don't know about, right? So that's how that works. Okay. Won't people speak when you tell them to speak? Hey, mom. Hey, girl. Just left you. So episode 6, she's at work and not feeling well. They're still looking for a house. So she's still doing other things, right? Because she's feeling convicted about shacking up. So she's sitting at work one day and her stomach starts to hurt and then she gets a call from the doctor at the same time that she was actually, there was no activity with the baby. So unfortunately, hey sis, hey, see you in what, 2 weeks? Oh no, I need to call you too. It's no activity with the baby. It's not alive. So she goes into the next office and gets her best friends. Baby, let me tell you why it's good to have a village wherever you are, especially where you spend your most time, is because things like this can happen and you need somebody to talk to when it's personal. Okay. So she's found out that the baby's not anymore. So she goes into the office with her best friend. Her best friend is like, I'm gonna get you out of here. We need to leave, getting her to a safe space, right? Because obviously she's breaking down. Was she having her convictions about being pregnant? Of course she was. The same way Shay was just talking about it. That's from Flavor of Love. And I know she's been on other shit since then, but she Flavor of Love to me, child. But whether you're having your back and forth or not, when you find out that you are pregnant, you still don't want something like this to happen. Hello, that's death. That doesn't feel good. So she tells, I want to call him Mr. so bad. She tells Legion, and when she tells him, it is during COVID time. So at that time, remember, you could go to the hospital and all of that, but the person, there was no support. When you went back, you had to go back by yourself. You couldn't just sit in the doctor's office. You couldn't do any of these things, right? So she asked him, obviously, to come with her and or drop her off to get what needed to be done. She had three choices. This is important. That's why I'm sharing it for women that don't know. She had the opportunity to let her body just get rid of the baby, or there's a pill that you can take that'll basically put you into labor, and you could do it at home. Or she could have just went in for like a DNC, right? She chose to do the second option, which was take the pill. I would not recommend that pill to anybody. Here's the reason why she took the pill. Because his birthday was June 17th. And she's like, I just wanted him to be able to celebrate his birthday and for us to, do something first. And then, we could deal with this. Plus, they were off the next 2 days. Okay. Because they are pregnant. Women are not pregnant by themselves. You both are pregnant. So they do that. And then here's where lies that don't make sense be lying. He says, I just found out I'm getting a promotion to VP. So the president is coming down. There's going to be a really big meeting and I can't miss this. But my sister, who stays in Augusta, think Augusta or somewhere else, somewhere in Georgia as well, very close, could come and take you. And she's like, no, you can take me. This is our personal private business. This is a very sensitive matter. And I've never met your sister. He's like, well, that's family. And that's what family is supposed to do. And it's a village. So her aunt and her best friend tell her, calming her down, because at this point, it is the next day. She's embarrassed driving home from work, which I don't think she should be. And I think that her support system is amazing. They told her, like, you don't need to be embarrassed because this is why you have a village, because sometimes things do come up and you need somebody else to be there. Like, it's cool. Her best friend was supposed to take her. Hold on one second. Going to take her. But here's the problem, or here's the caveat. Because he is now promoted, now he has an executive assistant, and he's going to leave his phone with the executive assistant. That way, when she reaches out, because he's supposed to pick her up, the executive assistant, in case anything happens, will know to pull him out of the meeting and all of these things. Okay. So they reach out and the executive assistant responds, but he doesn't respond in the way that he should. Because obviously it's really Legion. But he responds like, oh, my boss is in a meeting, but he said that anything you guys need to say, you can say it to me and I'll relay the message. HIPAA no. So they're like, no. They don't tell her, trying to calm her, keep her calm or whatever, when she gets out and is in recovery waiting for pickup. But her eyes are closed, but she can hear everything. So she overheard this conversation, in that they got the message to him, and he did call back 30 minutes later and said that he would be there to get her and all this good stuff, right? Leaves plenty of time to come and get her. He obviously takes his damn time doing what the hell he wants to do. For me, how did you all of a sudden get a VP role that you've not talked to me about that you're applying? Don't nobody just hand out VP roles. Like, that's not how that shit works. But I won't put this on anybody, because if you don't know, you don't know, right? I mean, I guess you could give it to somebody if it's a friend. I mean, in my company, I gave it to somebody, but I gave it to somebody. Hello, HR. Was I supposed to give that position away? Well, call me back. No, speak to my executive assistant. I don't know who the executive assistant is because I don't have one. So let me tell you, what they could have also done is he could have just played the role and had his black ass a little bit closer, but he didn't. So this, of course, has upset the child. When she took the pill, let me tell you why you don't take this pill. The pill is horrible. It's almost like she was explaining it. It's almost like it kept her up all night. It throws you into labor and your body does what it does, but there's nobody there to help you with it. A medicine that she could have taken to help her, she couldn't take it because she was allergic to it. So she was going through all of this by herself. You would think when she went in the next day to get her, or a couple of days later, to get her checkup and everything like that, to make sure she was okay, which by the way, she wasn't. I haven't heard of any personally anybody who said that they have taken that pill and it worked. And I was in HR for 18 years. And the women would think that it's an easier way. They could get back to work. Again, worrying about the wrong things as women, and wrong meaning take care of yourself. But they would think that they would be right back at work. And then some still ended up having to go through the process of the DNC, which she did. Don't take that damn pill. So this is what his day-to-day was like, though, for going to work, y'all. He wore a company emblem shirt, regular shoes, as if he worked in a warehouse. And his response was, oh, it's because I be out there on the floor with my employees and I need to check on them and make sure production is going right and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something, in case you didn't know, okay? I don't care how humble, how amazing a VP is. They are not walking around on a floor on a consistent basis. If you see a VP come out on the floor, that is a scheduled thing, like a stand-up or all hands meeting where everybody's going to be there. But why would I be a VP and I have all of these people under me, from team lead, supervisor, manager, director, all of these people, and a VP needs to be on the floor? There's a problem. The only time a VP should be on the floor is if their name is Asia and you're I'm a president. Hello? Put in my title. No, I'm definitely not a VP. I'm a real president. Those aren't my problems. See, you don't handle those kind of problems. Let me tell you why I don't handle those kind of problems. Because you pay people to handle those kind of problems. She didn't see nothing wrong with it. I don't understand how she didn't see nothing wrong with it, except for the fact that he was paying all the bills. You got to remember, everything that didn't make sense had an answer, and it had an answer that produced. Okay. So even her wondering how he had money. Well, log into your account. Let me see. He could log into the account, turn the phone around. And if I turn my phone around, you're going to see what I show you. So if it looks like I'm logged into my bank, but it's really a screenshot, he's a professional at what he does. Let's not call people stupid. Let's not do that. Okay. Because I'm just not that nosy. Up until she confirmed, okay, that is the worst part of an Aquarius, is that we're not that nosy. We cannot fathom why the hell you would lie like this. So if you show me any part of what I asked for and you can do it at the drop of a dime, then you didn't have time to lie, is the way that I see it. Take a little sip. That's plain water. Okay, so the nurse that's supposedly a sister, I'm going to give you a lot of caveats in between. There is no sister. He doesn't have any sisters. Okay. For clarity, let me tell you, he supposedly was born and raised in Philly, moved to Georgia for high school, then got accepted into San Diego, and he went to college there. The reason why she cannot find his record is because his father paid for him to be a private student, but he played on the football team as a private student. Okay. It was there that he got married. She had 2 children. He did not. And then they got divorced there in California. In the process, let me tell you, while they're looking for houses and stuff, right? Remember, the first house fell through because he didn't want to show proof of income, proof of funds. We need that on the show. From now on, let me tell you something. If you can't prove everything you say to me, I don't believe a goddamn thing you say. And I'm going to ask more questions than the law allows it now. if you were in my personal space. I'm just saying, I thought I asked enough before. Clearly, I don't. I just did. One day I'll share my experience, but let me tell you why I won't share it now. Because it is her time, and some of these story times, y'all look a damn fool. Y'all just out here trying to rush something out because she's on her height. Let this child have her time. She clearly planned this and said what she needed to say enough to get us engaged. You have to have a certain type of skill set, be able to present, to do things like that. Everybody thinks you could just jump into something and get what somebody else has. In addition to what's for you is for you. You may have a different testimony to share. Share that one. But I am so tired of hearing these other stories and their victim stories. Where's the lesson? Nobody wants, I ain't seen a violin in a long time. Let me tell you why I ain't seen one, because don't nobody want to hear that shit. They don't. So the next house that they looked for, it had an unfinished basement, which he wanted the basement to be there, right? So because it wasn't, they put in an offer. So it's looking like moving, right? He put in an offer. He's working with the realtor. However, because they did not counter with an offer and they didn't accept the offer because of the basement, it just looks like, well, we tried. It's okay. This also happened with the third house. Because of a septic tank. Now we get to the next house. This child looked at 25 houses altogether. We're not going through all 25. This particular set of things is important because the this particular realtor, no, this is when it fell through, the last house. The realtor's name was Scott. She feels comfortable giving certain names because she doesn't know if these are real people. And some she thinks. Because she said if she ever found Scott, that is a real person because she conversed with him as well. She was going to apologize to him for all of the wasted time. During COVID, we know that things were up and down. So people were doing things and figuring out a new way to do business without stopping businesses that they did not need to stop. In the middle of of them getting the house, most of the transaction part was done through her. So what does that look like? That looks like, oh, I'm being included. This is great. I've seen the letter from Chase on my own showing that we have, or he has, a pre-approval and he is looking at this home. Is what I'm finding homes within the limit. The limit on the pre-approval was 750. Logically, if you got approved for 750, then you make the money to back that up, right? That would be logical. Okay. And you have it in your hand. And Chase, out of all people, you don't just get no approval letter from Chase, baby. Let me tell you, no, you don't. Please make sure you like the live right in here and share it. Thank you. So they get to the part of the home buying process. He put in an all cash offer because I'm just tired of this. I want us to get what we need. Making sure I didn't hit the doorbell. I want to make sure we get what we need because now at this point, things are also being rushed because you went out of order, right? You went from knowing somebody and going on a couple of dates with him within 2 weeks, moving in together, getting pregnant, and now talking about marriage, right? So you also got time is not on your hands. This is the most inconvenient time to be doing things because so much has changed and you kind of going with the flow. So even if you did know something before, what you knew before does not apply to now, right? Okay. Grace. Okay. And you're also during all of this, he's actually doing things for you. He's paying bills. He's taking all the stress off of you, buying everything down to the groceries. I mean, let's just be realistic. It was a little bit of a fairy tale in the fact that if anybody, I'm okay with being 50-50. I am, because it's expensive here. It's nothing like other states, right? Plus, if you both make money and have careers, it makes sense to do things together. That way, both of you can live a soft life. But for her, everything was taken off her plate. She literally paid her car note, her cell phone bill, her insurance, like things that were literally hers. But the house is covered. Can you imagine what type of unstress that's like to be in? Come on now. Y'all can't say that you wouldn't have stayed even a little bit long. I probably would have stayed a little bit longer after I figured out everything and let it all play out until it got the hell away from me. As long as it wasn't driving me nuts. But the last house did not go through because if you put in a cash offer, if you put in any offer, at some point you have to show that you have the money. He did not want to do that. He was going back and forth like, no, I'll show you that I have the money after you show me that you're accepting my cash offer. And the other company was like, no, I'm not doing it. Scott admitted, you know what? I messed up. I should have asked for your pre-approval letter and proof of funds at the very beginning before we even started showing houses. He going back and forth, and she's like, why don't you just show them that you have the money? Why are you going back and forth with this? And it's something that should have been done or whatever. He wouldn't do it. So Scott, of course, irritated. No, it's something you should have did at the beginning, blah, blah, blah. What true business person would really act like that? If somebody makes a mistake and don't do something that they were supposed to do at the beginning, you just give it to them. It's not that big of a deal. So you think because I didn't ask you at the beginning when I should have, or up until this point, that then means you don't have to do it? Child, let me tell you. This man is a poo-poo head. So they lost that house. Scott didn't want to deal with them. And first he lied and said he actually sent everything over. Scott then calls back. I'm sorry. Scott calls her and says, oh no, I haven't heard from him. And she's like, what? He told me he reached out to you and took care of everything. She then calls him and is like, what's going on with the house? Oh, I went through my own person. I have my homeboy who's in realty, who's a realtor. And so I went through him so that he can get the business or whatever. And it was the part of the house where the offer was accepted, right? She goes in and looks at this house. Something tells her to go in and look a couple days later. She goes in and looks. It shows the exact status that he said of where the house was supposed to be. The only thing that threw her off is, why didn't we get the inspection yet? But again, because it's COVID, it's like, oh, everything is backed up. The person we had went out of office. So now it's somebody new that's taking it over, but he's backed up. Houses is flying off the shelf because people have time to sit down and look at their, stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So again, remember, a little bit of the truth mixed in with some things that's like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know if I know. And you're not telling anybody anything you're going through. So where your homegirl could have probably helped you, because she works in the same office, which is law enforcement, and your aunt could have probably helped you. It's only you, because you're keeping it to yourself. Because number one, you out of line for moving too fast. You out of line with the reason why you're staying in it, which she said, I'm enjoying this freedom. I'm enjoying this luxury. I'm enjoying being loved on. I'm enjoying not having to pay bills. Now he's taking her to go look at cars. Because remember, he relocated back out there because he got hired by this company, or his job transferred because he got promoted. And with promotions does come relocation. It does include a company car sometimes. It includes a cell phone, which, by the way, he has 2 cell phones. We'll find out later that it's not really a phone. And it holds a lot of little Facebook things that it shouldn't hold. I'm sure many of you can relate to that. I know I can. See, don't leave yourself out. Don't do that. So car dealers, chap, they went to just as many damn car dealers as they did home places. Okay. And let me tell you what he would do. Oh, my company's getting a car for me. So, you have to give me an estimate with tax, license, everything, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I just need your bank information. Hold on, let me call. Hey, yeah, I'm here at the car dealer. Oh no, I told him that's what they need. Okay, so this is all we need. Oh, they'll be back in the office then. Oh, okay. Yeah, they'll get you that information right over. Just give me your information and then they'll send it. I'm sure with COVID, it'll take a couple days. So, since this is the one that she really wants, is it a deposit I could put down so you don't sell this one? Because I do need it to go through my job, but I don't want you to take it from her and I want to secure it. So is there an amount that I could put down? I really want to make sure my baby gets this car. She looked good in it. She's safe in it. And I would like for her to have a new car as well. Then he gets on the phone. Hey, yeah, we just left and they gave me, he's on the phone with finance for his own business at this point, the banker. Okay, roll with me. Hey, yeah, take $72,842.15 and I need you to transfer that over. Yeah, I'm buying this car for my fiance. What do you need from me? Can I give you the banking information over the phone with your accounts, or do you want me to email it to you? Okay. Well, yeah, make sure you hurry up and send the money. You know, with COVID, everything is moving slow. So I want to make sure I get this. Okay. It's a lot of calls, ain't it? Phone ain't even damn hooked up. But she's sitting there listening to these calls, right? They are happening because she's listening to them. Nobody would think that they need to say, put that on speakerphone or ask anything, because who would conduct an entire conversation? I mean, I just did, but I mean, I guess I was prepared for it. Well, actors do it all the time. He should have. Tyler Perry needs to reach out to him, but don't pay him. Don't pay that motherfucker, that dog motherfucker shit. Okay, so when it was time for the car to get delivered, he's like, "Hey, are you gonna be home? They're gonna deliver your car tomorrow." And she's like, at this point, COVID, she only goes in 3 days a week, something like that, but she has the opportunity to work from home. So instead of delivering the car when she wasn't going to be there, she apparently don't stay in the best neighborhood. Not too bad, but not too good. She don't want her new Audi in the driveway. She wanted in the garage. So I'm gonna move my car out. We gonna have it. Okay, well, when can you be home? Can you be home tomorrow so they can bring your car? Yeah, they can bring it tomorrow. I'll be here. Hey, I'm at home, and you know the car didn't get delivered. What? Let me call them. Okay, well, I talked to them and they said, it's held up on the truck. Stick a pin right here when people say that was another red flag. I don't know if y'all was paying attention, but it was so many all the little things that carried a cargo. It was so much cargo literally sitting in our docks in LA of our shit that couldn't come in, spoil food, everything, because it was not coming in and production was not moving like it would otherwise. He's been lying since he came out the womb. I think he lied to get in the room. I think he told his daddy, "Daddy, you wearing a condom?" And the dad said, "Oh, I'm wearing a condom." And then him and the mama had sex. And then the mama said, "You wasn't wearing a condom." And then his wiener said, "Yes, I was." And the dad said, "Why am I lying like this?" I think that's what happened. Um, so he says the car is on the thing, but it'll be here this weekend. Now, mind you, these lies again don't make sense because you making them too close together anyway. Why wouldn't you just say it's on the truck and you not getting updates or whatever or something like that? By then, when he tells her that, she laughing like, I already knew it was gonna be something. Like everything just keeps happening. This don't even make sense. At this point, she realizes there's some type of lie wrapped up in this, but she's not. She's thinking it's a lie about the delivery. Maybe that it will take longer than what he's saying, and he doesn't want to disappoint her. Things like that. And when she was like, you know what, I could just call up there since I have more time anyway. I can call up there and see what's going on and get a real estimate. He gets defensive. To be fair, stick a pin right there. If you tell a man you want him to mow the line and it's a lawnmower right there with his hands on it pushing it, but he just won't push the damn thing, and you call him and you be like, let's just get a gardener. I don't know why you don't believe him. I'm gonna go do it. So stop acting like she's just so stupid at every point. And by the way, so he got 3, 4, 5 accounts he says he has, but he never shows the offshore account. That don't make so to you TikTokers. Some of y'all are really showing how much you don't know and how you talking about how stupid she was. That don't make sense to have an offshore account, blah, 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 blah. It do when you have a certain amount of money. You have money everywhere. It is absolutely possible. For all of y'all saying that was a red flag, why would it be a red flag? Especially if the 3 accounts was here and 2 was overseas. You could put money however you want to as long as it's legal, and some things are not legal. He said it was there to avoid taxes. So if you telling me you're doing a little bit of maneuvering along with the truth, why wouldn't I think that? And you're showing me the other accounts. So all the people that's making whole TikTok saying that, you sound a whole goddamn fool. You sound exactly like your tax bracket, which to be fair ain't fair, because I know a bunch of things and I'm so broke. But I digress. I'm planning for when I'm not broke. By then, child, she exhausted. We getting to the end because child, I gotta go. I gotta meet. Let's see. She thinks, so let me tell you this last one. So at this point, she is of the firm belief that he is something wrong with his ego and he gets excited off of seeing her excited. But here's the part where I don't agree, and you guys tell me what you think. She thinks that he gets off on seeing her excited, but not following through with whatever that thing is. But that kind of doesn't match because he does so many things that she's never experienced before, and they do go through. I believe that he wants that big thing to happen, and he wants the excitement and the credit of that big thing happening. And oh well, I did try but it couldn't go through, like the houses, right? I did try but it's just always something at every turn, right? So it's in his mind, I'm still giving her this fantasy and this vision. What I will say, when she says she wants to stop something, he stops. Like when she was like, I don't want to look at houses no more. You know, she had the baby issue. She needed a break, COVID, all these things going on. He went ahead and stopped in, and that's when they moved to cars. When she said about the cars, you know what? It's fine. I'll get my own car. It's okay. I didn't even want a car. It's fine. He kind of stopped with that as well. But he did end up buying her or putting the down payment for her car. Again, a lot of things are happening that never happened, which he would have been a bigger it would have been bigger because she never had those things if you just left it at that. But he wanted the grand finale, the trips, the house, the buying a whole car, when what he did was enough. I wonder if he believed that he wasn't enough growing up. But that's it for today, child. We done made it through the pregnancy. So now you got to think she probably got postpartum too. She is recording her diaries of the way that she feel and different things she's catching, but not able to land. I will continue to say it. One thing about an Aquarius and two things for sure. If we can't prove it, we're not just going to accuse somebody of something. We want all the validation. Another reason we want all the validation is because when we love, we really truly love. And so if I could hold on to this by figuring out what the problem is, and we work it out, then we can. At this point, she also believed that, damn, is it that he don't trust me because of certain things I'm asking for as well that would help with this process, and he won't do it because you got to remember they ain't been together a whole bunch of years. So with all that he is showing, that's still a big deal that he's trusting me to show this. So when he doesn't want to show something, it's like, well, okay, maybe. But then in the same token, but I'm your fiance and I was just pregnant by you. You trying to move fast with things that shouldn't move fast and make it all work. So you catching up, slowing down, and get hit by brick walls. So you kind of taking a little bit of the punches as, well, this is happening because I moved too fast. So I got to accept some of the good with the bad. Another thing, her age. When you get a certain age, because you try to do things the right way, and motherhood gets further away from you, being a wife gets further away from you, you make different decisions. And it's based on how you grew up. I don't know what I can attribute to not feeling those feelings. I think it's an all inclusive, because I didn't feel stressed to get or pressured to get married. And it could be the other side of that, right? I may have had up a brick wall where I didn't care because I could distinctly remember telling my then nothing. We weren't anything at that point. I remember telling Marcus, you know, I don't need to be married. I don't need a girlfriend. I don't want a girlfriend title. I don't want anything. I like the way things are right now because it's great. You're my best friend. We do shit together all the time. You come through. You're always there. I'm always there for you. Life right now is good. I don't want to change it. It's perfect. You don't need to feel pressure about marriage. None of that. I'm good. And I really was. I was in a great part of my life. I will say at that point, I had lost weight. I was still plus, I'm always going to be plus size and I don't desire to be skinny, but I was just so comfortable. I loved my job. I loved my friends groups. I traveled. I did all of these things. And I think that's really important to do those things, to have a well-rounded life. As far as kids at that point, because I had my niece and my nephew that I was a part of the village and raising in home every day of their life, I could probably tell you which tooth they lost when, what they like to eat, every open house. Those parts of me were being fed, right? She's an only child. And she's away from her mom too. She's in that state, but her mother isn't and her aunt is. Consider the position some people are in when they're being hopeful, but not blindly being hopeful. Some of y'all have done this shit. You ain't even got a damn taco out of the deal. So how dare you talk about somebody, you goat mouth motherfucker. Sometimes I should not talk. because I don't like bullies. So anyway, I think I was a little bit stronger because I was weaker in another space, and weaker as in I'm a rejected. If I reject it, then I have control. I can say what it looks like, right? She decided to let go. At some point, you do have to let go. And when you let go, well, when I let go, there were things that came with that I would for sure change. I really, really would. Um, and honey, that's in a book. Uh, how about eating crab legs? What does that have to do with this? My best guess is my mama trying to talk to my sister. But yes, I did have crab legs last night, mom. And I was itching all damn night. So anyway, that is our lunchtime live chat. I done brought y'all up to date. If anybody want to call me, make sure you use this number. Make sure you use this number because that one is very important. Don't call this one or this one or that one. Call that phone. That phone is the one that has my executive assistant answering the phone, and they would best be able to tell you exactly what it is that we can do for you. Uh, if you need anything in the area of therapy, you can call me. I am not a licensed therapist, and I do not like giving any therapy advice, but I am highly emotionally intelligent. No, really, I am for that. That's one of my degrees. But I would just like to say, Reesa Tisa, we are with you, girlfriend. And thank you for being vulnerable and sharing your story. Through every single piece, I can see a part of myself. Even if it was on a smaller scale, it was still something that impacted my life. That if I would have made a different decision, I would be in a much better place. I'm going to commend you on every single episode for being so brave. And I don't mean brave in saying your story. I mean brave in that it didn't last for years and years and years. You didn't think if I had a baby, it will keep him. You didn't think if I do this, then he will do that. You came out like the men that went through the fire in the Bible and then they came out and they didn't smell like smoke or none of that. Baby, that's going to be your testimony. And I'm super happy for you. It's a pleasure to watch. Um, and one day, hopefully, everybody will tell their story. This is the best form of reality TV. It really is because it's people. Y'all say y'all want people's real life. Then when they share it, you want to pick it apart uh, based on your experience. Well, don't pick it apart. Just share what you would have did different because that indeed can help somebody. But all that putting down shit, that's ridiculous. Y'all are adult bullies. Yes, I talk about people for being fucking foo-foo heads. But guess what? I talk about myself too. Ugh, I can't with y'all. So that is it. I need to get back to work. And I'll see y'all tonight for drinks and games. Because, baby, we need a little breather. We need a little breather. I am enjoying seeing this story play out. It's the perfect love story to herself. So, and honey, she gonna get a Prince Charming too. He gonna be amazing. And if not, she gonna be so damn rich because she got the skill set. She was ready when she went viral for some shit too. Okay, let me make one last call before y'all leave. Hello, Karma? No. I need you, don't even, yeah, don't waste your time and go over there. What I need you to do is stop and talk to Jesus. Okay? Because I'm ready for a fruitful harvest. I'm ready for mine to come to me. You know what happened. Child, these folks nosy. I ain't telling them shit. Okay. End the live. Got it. Okay, that's it, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And join us tomorrow at lunch. Tonight, if you want to drink and play, you can drink and play with us. The cards and questions are adults. Okay, they are not filtered. Some are nasty, and some get you to thinking on the shit you should do. Very interesting that all this year in the show is turned into about dating. Every piece of advice we've given correlates. We do have a licensed therapist. Join us. You'll have fun. Bring your shots. You'll have fun. Good night. Goodbye. Good afternoon. Peace out.